How did I go from laughing in the gym mirror to getting served papers in the lobby while my mom stared at a video on her phone? Why did my husband stay calm, collect proof, and then cut me off so clean I could not even call him to fight about it? My name is Verena Slade, and I used to think I was a good wife because I did the basic things. I cooked on weekends. I remembered birthdays. I kept our home looking clean when guests came. I told myself that was love. Then I looked at my own body in the mirror one morning and felt nothing. I felt like I was fading in my own life. Ethan noticed before I said anything. He asked if I was tired. I said work was busy. He asked if I wanted to talk. I said I did not have time. I did not want to talk. I wanted a switch to flip. I wanted to feel seen without having to beg for it. That was when I signed up at Iron Harbor Gym. At first, it was normal. I walked in, scanned my card, and tried to act like I belonged there. The room smelled like rubber and cleaning spray. People moved like they had goals. I liked that. Goals felt clean. Goals felt like proof. Noah Rivas worked there. He was one of the trainers. He had the easy smile of someone who never doubts himself. On my second visit, he came over while I was struggling with a machine. He asked if I wanted help. I said I was fine. He said he could show me a better way so I did not hurt my shoulder. I let him. He started small. He showed me the right position. He pointed at muscles like my body was a simple map. He asked what I wanted to change. I said I wanted to be strong. He said strength was not only muscle. He said it was also how you carry yourself. I heard that like a promise. At home, Ethan asked how the gym was. I said it was fine. He asked if I met any trainers. I said not really. That was my first lie, and it felt light. It felt like protecting something that was mine. A week later, Noah offered me a training plan. He said it would help me move faster. I said I did not know if I could afford it. He said we could start with 1 extra session a week. He said I was the kind of person who gets results when someone pushes her. I liked the word results. Ethan did not say results. Ethan said things like patience, balance, and we should rest. Those words sounded like slowing down. Noah sounded like motion. I told Ethan I was doing a basic program. Ethan asked how often I planned to go. I said 3 times a week. That was another lie, because I was already going 5 times. I told myself it was not a real lie. It was a temporary detail. It was something Ethan would not understand. The truth was that the gym became a second life. The lights were bright. The music was loud. No one asked about bills or schedules. No one asked why I looked distant at dinner. At the gym, I could breathe without explaining. Noah learned my routine. He asked when I liked to train. I said early mornings were hard. He said evenings were better then. He said the gym was quieter after work and people paid more attention. When he said people, I knew he meant him. I started staying late. I started coming home with my hair damp and my cheeks warm. Ethan noticed. He asked why I showered at the gym now. I said the locker room was convenient. He asked why I smelled like a different soap. I said the gym soap was cheap and strong. He asked why I did not text him when I would be late. I said I was busy and he needed to relax. I said relax like it was a cure. I said it like I was the calm one. Ethan's face would change, just a little, like he was taking a note. He did not shout. He did not slam doors. That was part of why I felt safe. If he had been loud, I could have called him scary. Since he stayed quiet, I had to work harder to make him the problem. I started talking to my friends more. Cassidy asked if I was okay because I looked different. I said I was finally working on myself. Cassidy asked if Ethan was being supportive. I said Ethan was acting weird about it. Cassidy asked what I meant. I said he was watching me like I did something wrong. That was not true. Ethan was watching me like he missed me, but I said it the other way because it gave me power. Cassidy replied fast and told me Ethan sounded insecure. She told me men get nervous when women improve. She said I should set boundaries. I liked that. Boundaries sounded strong. It sounded like I was the hero of my own story. One night, Ethan asked if we could have dinner together without phones. I said sure. Then my phone buzzed with a message from Noah. It was only about a training time, but my stomach jumped anyway. Ethan saw my face. He asked who texted. I said it was a friend. He asked which friend. I said Cassidy. He asked why Cassidy needed me during dinner. I said he was being controlling. I said I could talk to whoever I wanted. He went quiet again, and I pushed further because quiet felt like a challenge. I said he always made things about him. I said he never understood what it felt like to be me. He asked what I meant. I said I felt like an object in my own home sometimes. I watched his eyes blink, slow and careful. He asked if I believed he treated me like that. I said yes. I did not even check my own words. I said it because it helped my new story. Ethan was the one who made me feel small, so anything I did to feel big was justified. The next day at the gym, Noah told me I looked tense. He asked if home was stressful. I said Ethan did not like the gym. Noah said Ethan should be happy for me. He said some husbands cannot handle change. He said I should not shrink for someone else's comfort. I liked how he said comfort like it was a weakness. That evening, Ethan surprised me by coming to the gym. I saw him near the cardio machines. He wore a plain grey shirt. He looked out of place and polite, like someone waiting for an appointment. He did not approach me at first. He just stood there and watched. Noah walked behind me and adjusted my posture. His hand was light, but it was still a touch. I felt the heat of it. I felt the power of being wanted in public. I looked at Ethan and lifted my chin, like I had nothing to hide. Ethan came closer and asked if we could talk for a minute. I said I was in the middle of a session. He asked when I would be done. I said I did not know. Noah asked if Ethan needed something. Ethan said he only needed to speak to his wife. I noticed Ethan's phone vibrate. A calendar alert flashed on the screen for a second, and I saw words I did not recognize with a time under it. Ethan turned the phone face down like it was private. Then he looked back at me, steady and quiet, like he had made a choice and did not need my approval. At home that night, Ethan asked if I wanted to leave. I said I was staying because I did nothing wrong. He asked why I looked nervous when he came to the gym. I said he imagined it. He asked why the trainer touched my back. I said it was his job and Ethan was being dramatic. He did not argue. He just nodded once, like he was saving his energy. That silence annoyed me more than a fight. A fight would prove he was the problem. Silence made me feel like I was talking to a wall, and I hated walls, because walls do not bend. The next morning, I went to work and acted normal. I wore a fitted blouse on purpose. I wanted people to notice me without saying it. When I walked into the open plan office, Cassidy waved and asked if I wanted lunch later. I said yes, and I let my smile stay wide. During the first meeting, my manager asked about a campaign deadline. I said the project was fine. My phone buzzed under the table, and I felt a jolt. It was Noah. He asked if I could move the session to later because he had a new client. I typed back fast and said it was okay. Cassidy saw me typing and raised her eyebrows. She asked who it was. I said it was the gym. Cassidy asked if I was seeing results. I said yes, and I said my husband was acting strange about it. I made sure I said husband, not Ethan, because the word husband sounds heavier. It sounds like a person with power. Cassidy asked what he did. I said he questioned my schedule and checked my phone like I was a child. That was not true, but it sounded true enough. Cassidy frowned and said that was not healthy. She said, men can get jealous when women improve. She said I should keep my independence. I liked how that felt. Independence. It made the lies feel like a brave choice. After lunch, a coworker named Mina noticed I had been late a few days. She asked if everything was okay at home. I said Ethan kept me up with serious talks. Mina asked what kind of talks. I said he always wanted reassurance and it drained me. Mina nodded like she understood. She said relationships can be hard when one person changes. I did not correct her. I let her believe I was the changing one and Ethan was the weight tied to my ankle. That story gave me space to breathe. When I got home that evening, Ethan was in the kitchen. He asked if I wanted dinner. I said I already ate. He asked if I could help Milo with homework. I said I had to go to the gym. Milo looked up from the table and asked if I could read with him later. I said maybe. Ethan asked why I went so often now. I said because I cared about my health. He asked if I could go earlier the next day instead, so we could eat together. I said he was trying to control my time again. He said he was not controlling it, he was asking. I said asking was still pressure. He watched me for a second, then looked down at his phone. I saw a missed call with no caller ID. He swiped it away without reacting. Then he set his phone on the counter, screen down. I hated that gesture. It felt like a secret, and I wanted to be the only one with secrets. At the gym, Noah greeted me like I was important. He asked if I had a good day. I said my husband was in a mood. Noah said, husbands often get weird when their wives get confident. He said I should not let Ethan dull my shine. I told him Ethan had always been sensitive. Noah laughed and said sensitive men want to be the center of everything. I used that line later, like it was mine. Noah had me do a new set of exercises. He watched my form closely. He told me I was strong. He told me I had discipline. When he said those words, I felt like a better person, even though nothing in my real life was better. It was just louder and shinier. That was enough for me. After the session, I went to the locker area and checked my phone. Ethan had sent a message asking what time I would be home. I did not answer right away. I wanted him to wait. Waiting teaches people a lesson. At least, that was what I told myself. When I got home, Ethan asked where I was. I said I had to cool down and stretch. He asked why I did not answer. I said my phone died. He asked why I was charging it now with full battery. I said he was staring at my screen like a creep. His jaw tightened, but he still did not raise his voice. He asked if I wanted to be married. I said of course I did. I asked why he was being dramatic. He said he wanted honesty. I said he wanted control. He said those were not the same. I said they were for him. That night, I noticed his laptop on the corner of the couch. The screen showed a plain grid like a spreadsheet. There were columns and times, but I could not read the details before he closed it. He said he was tracking household tasks. I said he was being obsessive. He said he liked clarity. I said clarity was another word for paranoia. I went to bed feeling angry, but also pleased. I had pushed him into a quiet corner, and I thought quiet corners mean defeat. 2 days later, Cassidy invited me out after work. We went to a rooftop bar with Janelle and a few other friends. The city lights made everyone look better than they were. Music played low, and people talked loud over it. Cassidy asked if Ethan was still acting weird. I said yes, and I added extra. I said he got upset when I wore gym clothes. I said he made comments that made me feel like my body belonged to him. That was not fair, but fairness was not my goal. My goal was to win the room. Janelle asked if Ethan tried to stop me from training. I said he kept suggesting I go less. I said he did not like Noah because Noah was confident. Janelle rolled her eyes and said, insecure men hate confident men. I laughed, and I let them laugh with me. I told a story about Ethan asking what a gym charge was on our account. I said he acted like a detective. They all groaned like he was the villain in a show. I felt warm with power, like I had a whole jury on my side. Janelle asked for a photo. I said sure. We took pictures with our drinks, with the skyline behind us. Later, Janelle said we should stop by the gym for a quick stretch because it was close and quiet at night. I said that sounded fun. I told myself it was harmless. At the gym entrance, Janelle filmed a short story for her social media. Noah was at the desk talking to the manager. When he saw me, he smiled and walked over. Janelle aimed her phone without thinking. She tagged the location. I leaned into the moment, like it was proof I was living. I did not see Ethan anywhere. I did not think about him. I only thought about how the video would look to other people, and how other people's eyes felt like sunlight. The next morning, I woke up to a normal house and an abnormal feeling. Ethan moved around like he was careful not to touch me. He made coffee, but he used a different mug than mine. He packed Milo's lunch with the same calm hands, but he did not ask me anything about my day. He used to ask. Now he acted like I was a coworker he did not trust. I told myself it was his punishment game. I told myself he was trying to make me feel guilty. That thought helped me feel strong, because if he was punishing me, then I was the victim. Victims do not have to change. At the gym that evening, Janelle's story was still up. People had reacted with little fire emojis and clapping hands. Cassidy sent me a message saying I looked happy. I replied that I was finally free. I did not say what I meant by free. I did not want to see it too clearly. Noah met me near the weights, like he was waiting. He asked if I saw the story. I said yes, and I joked that I was famous now. He smiled, but he also looked around the room first. He said, "People talk." I said, "People always talk." He asked if my husband follows Janelle. I said Ethan did not even use social media much. That was a lie. Ethan used it enough. Noah said we should keep things clean. I asked what he meant. He said he meant boundaries in public. I laughed and said he sounded scared. He said he was not scared, just smart. He said he did not want drama at his job. I said I did not want drama either. Then I said that Ethan was the one who makes drama. It came out fast, like a habit. When I got home, Ethan was sitting on the couch with Milo. Milo was half asleep on his shoulder. The TV was on, but the volume was low. Ethan looked up when I entered. He did not ask where I was. He did not ask how it went. He only asked if I could be quiet because Milo was drifting off. I rolled my eyes and said I was not loud. Ethan did not respond. He carried Milo to his room with slow steps. I watched them and felt a small, sharp thing in my chest. I pushed it away. I told myself Ethan was doing a show. I told myself he wanted me to feel left out. When he came back, he asked if we could talk for 5 minutes. I said I was tired. He said it would be quick. I said fine, but I stood instead of sitting. Standing makes you feel in control. He asked if I had been honest about the gym. I asked what he meant. He said he saw a story with me and Noah at the gym at night. He said it was tagged. He said he was confused because I told him I was home early that night. I felt heat rise in my face. I said he was stalking me online. He said it was public. He asked why I lied about my time. I said I did not lie. I forgot. He asked how someone forgets going to a gym at night. I said I did not have to report every move to him. He asked if Noah was just a trainer. I said yes. He asked why Noah looked so comfortable with me. I said trainers are friendly. He asked if I text Noah outside sessions. I said only about training. He asked if he could see the messages. I said no, and I said it like a slap. I said my phone was private. He nodded once, again like he was making notes in his head. He said he understood. Then he asked one more thing. He asked if I still wanted this marriage to work. I said yes, but I said it like I was doing him a favor. I said I wanted it to work if he stopped acting crazy. He did not answer right away. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. He scrolled without showing me the screen. I saw a thread name that just said follow up. I could not see more than that. He turned the phone away and put it back. That gesture made me angry. I asked why he had secret threads now. He asked what I meant by secret. I said he was hiding things. He said he was organizing his life. I said that was a cold thing to say. He said he was trying to keep things stable for Milo. That line hit me wrong. It sounded like he was building a case against me. I told myself I was being paranoid. Then I told myself Ethan was the paranoid one. I liked that version better. 2 days later, there was a charity fitness event at the gym. It was crowded and loud. People wore matching shirts. A local reporter walked around with a camera. Janelle said we should go together because it would be fun and we could post about it. I said yes because I liked the idea of being seen in that space, like I belonged there. Ethan said he would come too. He said Milo might enjoy it. I said that was fine, but inside I did not like it. I wanted the gym to be my space. I did not want Ethan's calm eyes in my mirror. At the event, Noah was everywhere. He checked people in, gave instructions, and smiled for photos. When he saw me, he came over fast. He asked how I felt. I said I felt great. He said he could tell. He told me I looked strong. Ethan and Milo walked up behind me. Milo waved at Noah because Noah had given him a sticker once. Noah waved back and said hi to Milo. Then he looked at Ethan. He asked if Ethan was joining the challenge. Ethan said he was just here to support. Noah said support is important. He said it like a lesson. I felt myself tilt toward Noah without meaning to. I stood closer to him. I wanted to show Ethan that I had options. I wanted Ethan to feel small for once. That thought made me feel bold, and I hated that it made me feel bold. During the event, Janelle filmed again. Cassidy cheered. People laughed and clapped when I finished a set. Ethan clapped too, but it was quiet, like he did not want to take credit. That should have made me respect him. Instead, it made me feel annoyed, like he was refusing to play the role I wrote for him. After we moved toward the water station, I saw Ethan talking to the gym manager, Brent. Brent's face was polite but firm. Ethan's hand stayed at his sides. He was not angry. He was just asking questions. When Ethan noticed me watching, he stopped talking and walked over. He asked if I was ready to go. I said not yet. He asked if Milo could have a snack. I said yes, but I kept my eyes on Noah, who was laughing with a group of women by the desk. On the way out in the parking lot, Ethan asked why I needed to stay so late. I said because I was having fun, and he always tries to ruin it. He asked why fun for me always had to look like pushing him away. I said he was making it about him again. Milo tugged my hand and asked why Dad was quiet like a statue lately. I felt the eyes of people nearby, even if they were not listening. I said Dad was being dramatic because he could not handle my growth. Ethan looked at me, and the look was not anger. It was something colder, like a door closing without sound. That night, after Milo was asleep, I walked past the hallway and saw the printer tray open. A single page sat there, blank. The room smelled like toner. Ethan was in the guest room with the door half closed. I heard a soft shredder hum for a few seconds, then silence. I stood still, holding my breath, and I told myself it was nothing. Then I went to our bedroom and slept like someone who thinks consequences are for other people. I told myself the charity event was proof. People clapped for me. People filmed me. I looked like the main person in the room. So when Ethan stayed quiet after it, I decided he needed a lesson. I decided the best way was to bring other people into it so he could feel pressure. Pressure makes people admit they are wrong. At least, that was what I believed. I invited my parents and Ethan's parents to dinner at a family restaurant. I chose a place with a long table and bright lights. I wanted everyone to see our faces. I wanted witnesses. Ethan asked why we needed a big dinner. I said it would help us feel close again. He asked if anything happened. I said nothing happened, and I smiled like I was calm. He looked at me for a long second and said, "Okay." At the restaurant, my mum, Karen, hugged me first and told me I looked amazing. I said the gym helped. My dad, Douglas, gave Ethan a firm handshake and asked how work was. Ethan said work was fine. Ethan's mother, Diane, smiled at Milo and gave him a small toy car. Ethan's father, Harold, asked if Milo was sleeping well. Milo said yes, but he looked at Ethan before he answered, like he was checking if it was safe. Cassidy came too, because I wanted support. I told Ethan it was normal to include friends. He did not argue. That should have warned me, but I ignored it. We sat down. The waiter brought bread and water. Everyone started with small talk. I waited, like a person waiting for a good moment in a play. Then I pushed. I asked Ethan, in front of everyone, if he planned to stop making comments about my gym clothes. He looked surprised but stayed calm. He asked what comments I meant. I said he made me feel like my body was a problem. I said he watched me like I was doing something wrong. I said I felt judged all the time. Ethan asked when he judged me. I said it was in his tone. I said it was in his silence. That was my trick. Silence is hard to argue with. If he said he was silent, he looked cold. If he said he was not silent, he looked like a liar. My mom leaned forward and asked Ethan why he could not be proud of me. Ethan said he was proud of me, and he said he liked seeing me healthy. My mom asked why he acted upset then. Ethan said he was not upset about the gym. He was upset about lies. I felt my face heat up. I said Ethan always turned things into drama. I said he was jealous because I was changing. Cassidy nodded and said some men cannot handle a strong woman. Janelle was not there, but I spoke like she was, because I knew the room would accept it. Diane asked me, softly, if I had lied to Ethan. I laughed and said everyone lies a little. Harold frowned and asked what that meant. I said Ethan wanted a report of every hour. I said he treated me like a child. Ethan looked at Harold and said he only asked for honesty. He said he would not fight in a restaurant. That line annoyed me. It sounded noble. I did not want him to sound noble, so I went harder. I told the table that Ethan sexualized me too much and then punished me when I wanted space. I said he made me feel like I owed him attention. I said he acted hurt when I went to the gym, like my body belonged to him. My mom's eyes widened and she touched my hand. She said that sounded wrong. Cassidy made a face like she was disgusted. I felt the room tilt toward me, and I liked it. I liked being the center. Ethan asked me, in a very even voice, if I believed what I was saying. I said yes. I said I needed boundaries. I said I needed him to stop tracking me. Douglas asked what tracking meant. I said Ethan checked the bank account and asked questions. I said he asked about charges and time. Douglas asked Ethan if that was true. Ethan said he did look at the account because it was shared, and he said he asked because the times and charges did not match what I told him. I interrupted and said he was acting like a cop. Harold asked me if I was hiding something. I said no, and I said it fast. Diane looked at Milo, who was pushing bread around his plate. Milo asked if everyone was mad. I smiled at him and said no, we were just talking. Ethan told Milo it was okay, and asked if he wanted to color. Milo nodded and leaned closer to Ethan. That small move made me angry. I told myself Ethan was using Milo as a shield. I told myself Ethan wanted Milo on his side. I did not consider that Milo just wanted calm. The waiter came back with food, and the table tried to reset, but I would not let it reset. I told a story about Ethan showing up at the gym like a creep. I said he watched me from machines, like he did not trust me. Cassidy laughed and said that was so insecure. My mom shook her head at Ethan like he disappointed her. Ethan said he did go once, and he said he went because he missed me. He said he wanted to understand what made me happy. That should have softened me. Instead, it made me feel trapped. If he sounded caring, my story sounded cruel. So I forced my story to stay sharp. I said he only missed me because he wanted control. I said he wanted me small. Ethan's eyes went to Douglas for a second, then back to his plate. He did not defend himself much. He only asked if we could talk privately later. I said no. I said we talk now, because hiding problems is how they grow. I said it loud enough that the table beside us looked over. Ethan nodded once and said he would not do this in public. He said he would not raise his voice. He said he would not make a scene. After dinner, we walked out to the parking lot. The air was cold. My mum hugged me again and told me to be strong. Douglas stayed behind and asked me, quietly, if I was being honest. I said yes, and I asked why he doubted me. He said he did not doubt me. He just felt something was off. I said he was taking Ethan's side. Douglas did not reply. He only sighed and looked at Ethan, like he was reading him. Ethan buckled Milo into the car. Milo asked why Dad did not sit with Mom anymore. Ethan said he was just tired. I jumped in and said Dad was being dramatic. Ethan did not correct me. When we got home, I walked into the kitchen and saw a neat stack of folders on the counter. One folder had a simple label, Bank. It was not dramatic, just plain. It made my stomach drop anyway. I reached for it, but a drawer shut somewhere behind me. I heard a clean click of a lock, like a calm decision. Ethan asked if I needed anything before bed. I said I needed him to stop acting like I was the enemy. He said he was not acting. He said he was adjusting. I asked what that meant. He said it meant he was making things clear. Then he went to the guest room and closed the door without slamming it. I stood in the kitchen, staring at the labeled folder, and I told myself he was doing this to scare me. I told myself I could still win if I stayed loud enough. I woke up thinking I still had control. Ethan's silence felt like a pause before he gave in. I told myself he would break first, because calm men always break in the end. That thought kept me comfortable. In the morning, the kitchen looked split in half. My mug sat on one side, his mug sat on the other. The space between them felt on purpose. Milo ate cereal and watched us, like he was reading the weather. Ethan asked if I could do school pickup that day. I said I had a meeting. He said he could do it. He said it like a simple plan, not a favor. I hated that. I wanted him to need me, so I could reject him. At work, I told Cassidy about the dinner. I said Ethan tried to embarrass me with his honesty talk. Cassidy asked if I put him in his place. I said yes, and I laughed. I did not say my dad's face stayed serious. I did not say my mother-in-law looked like she wanted to cry. Around noon, Noah texted me and asked if I could meet for coffee near the gym. He said he wanted to talk about my plan. I said yes too fast. I told myself it was professional. I told myself Ethan was the one with the problem. At the coffee shop, Noah sat with his cap low and his phone face down. He asked how things were at home. I said Ethan was acting cold and dramatic. Noah said that was expected. He said husbands get scared when their wives stop being easy. I liked that word, easy, because it made me feel strong for not being it. Noah said we needed to be careful. He said the gym had cameras in the halls and the parking garage. He said management does not like drama. I asked if he was afraid. He said he was not afraid, but he did not want complaints. He said people can twist stories. I smiled and said Ethan was the one twisting stories. I said Ethan was obsessed with tracking me. Noah asked if Ethan had my passwords. I said no, and I said Ethan was not that smart. That was mean, and I enjoyed it. I told myself he deserved it for doubting me. When I got back to the office, HR called me into the small room. My manager sat with a folder, but it was not about Ethan. It was about my time. They asked why I had been late so often. I said traffic. They asked why my lunch breaks were long. I said stress. I acted like they were attacking me. On my way out, I checked my phone and saw a message from my sister, Tori. She asked if she could talk. I replied that I was busy. She replied that it was important. That made my stomach tighten. At the school pickup line, parents stood close and talked in small circles. Ethan was there already. That surprised me, because he said he would handle pickup. Then why was I there too? I told myself he was trying to catch me doing something wrong. Ethan looked up and asked why I came. I said I wanted to see Milo. He said okay. He did not argue. He did not ask where I was earlier. That made me feel like I was invisible. Milo ran out and hugged Ethan first. Then he hugged me. His arms felt small and trusting. For a moment, I wanted to stop everything. Then I remembered the feeling of being seen at the gym, and the moment passed. In the car, Milo asked why Dad slept in the other room. Ethan said he was just trying to rest better. Milo asked if it was because Mum was mad. Ethan said it was not about being mad. Milo asked if we still loved each other. Ethan said we both loved him very much. He did not say we loved each other. I noticed that. At home, I went to the garage and opened my gym bag to check if my phone charger was inside. In the corner, I saw Ethan's car pointed toward the street instead of tucked in. That looked like readiness, like he might leave fast. It irritated me. I wanted him stuck. In the evening, I told Ethan I was going to the gym. He asked what time I would be back. I said late. He asked if I could be back before Milo's bedtime. I said Milo would survive one night. Ethan said Milo had been asking for me. I said Ethan was using Milo to guilt me. He said he was not using anyone. He said he was stating facts. I went anyway. At the gym, I did not even train hard. I just wanted to be there. I wanted Noah's attention. Noah saw me and asked if I was okay. I said Ethan was playing games again. Noah said I should not let Ethan control the mood of my life. We walked through the hallway near the lockers. Noah kept his distance like he remembered cameras. That annoyed me. I wanted the risk, because risk feels like proof that I am special. After, Noah suggested we talk in the parking garage where it was quieter. I followed him. The garage lights buzzed. Cars sat in rows like sleeping animals. Noah told me I needed to decide what I wanted. He asked if I wanted my marriage or my freedom. I said I wanted both. I said Ethan should just accept my needs. Noah smiled like that was cute. He said Ethan would not accept it. He said people either agree or they leave. I asked if Noah was telling me to leave Ethan. He said he was telling me to stop pretending choices have no cost. That made me angry. I did not want a cost. I wanted a reward. When I got home, Ethan was in the kitchen wiping the counter. The house smelled like clean soap. Milo's backpack sat by the door, packed for tomorrow. The neatness felt like Ethan was building a wall out of order. Ethan asked if I had a good workout. I said yes. He asked if I met Noah. I said no, and I watched his face. He did not flinch. He only nodded once. That scared me more than anger. I asked why he was so calm. He asked why I wanted him to be loud. I said I did not want him loud. I wanted him normal. He asked what normal meant to me. I said normal meant he trusted me and stopped acting like I was on trial. He looked at me for a long second. Then he reached into his pocket and his phone buzzed. An alarm label flashed for a moment. I saw the words, paper drop. He silenced it and put the phone away. I asked what that was. He said it was a reminder. I asked for what. He said for something he needed to do. I stepped closer and said he was hiding things now. He said he was organizing things. I asked if he was trying to punish me. He said he was not punishing me. He said he was protecting himself and protecting Milo. I laughed and said he was being dramatic again. I said he was acting like a victim. Ethan's eyes stayed steady. He asked if I had anything I wanted to admit. I said no. I said he was paranoid. I said he was ruining our family with his suspicion. He listened without interrupting. Then he said something simple that made my throat go dry. He said he was done arguing in circles. He said he would handle it properly. I asked what that meant. He said it meant calm steps, not fights. He said it meant real boundaries, not threats. Then he walked past me toward the door. As he moved, I heard a small jingle. A new key on his ring caught the light for a second. He did not look back. He did not ask me to follow. He only closed the door with the same quiet care he had used for months, like the house was already something he was preparing to leave behind. I thought Ethan's line about doing it properly was just another way to scare me. I went to bed angry and still sure I could bend him back. In the morning, the house felt too quiet. Milo's shoes were lined up. Lunch was packed. Ethan moved like a person following a checklist. He asked if I planned to go to work. I said yes. He asked if I could keep my phone on for school updates. I said he was acting like a manager. He said he was acting like a parent. He said Milo needed routine. I drove to my office, but I could not focus. My chest felt tight, like something was waiting behind a door. I kept checking my phone, expecting Ethan to finally send a long emotional message. Nothing came. No begging, no anger. Around midday, I got a call from an unknown number. I ignored it. Then it called again. I ignored it again, because I told myself ignoring people is power. A third time, I answered and asked who it was. The voice said they needed to speak with Verena Slade. I asked why. The voice said it was a legal matter and asked where I was. My stomach turned cold. I asked if they could email me. The voice said they would meet me in the lobby of my office building. I told myself Ethan would not do that. I told myself he was too soft for real action. I told myself it was a scam. When I went downstairs, I saw a man standing by the front desk with a calm posture and a folder. He asked if I was Verena Slade. I said yes, and I tried to sound bored. He said he had documents for me. I said I would not take anything. He said he only needed to confirm my identity and that he had done his job. He held out the papers anyway. People in the lobby looked over. I felt heat climb my neck. I grabbed the packet because I did not want him holding it like a trophy. The top page had my name and Ethan's name. I saw the word petition and the word temporary. My hands shook, but I forced my face to stay still. The man said he could not answer questions. He said a date and time were listed for the next steps. Then he walked away like this was normal. I stood there, reading words that did not feel real. Divorce, temporary parenting schedule, temporary use of certain accounts for household bills, limits on contact except for child logistics. It was not a love letter, it was a plan. My first thought was that Ethan was trying to destroy me in public. My second thought was that he had already done it. I called Ethan right away. The call did not go through. I tried again. Same result. I checked messages. I wrote that we needed to talk. The message did not deliver. I tried email. It bounced back with an auto-reply that said he would only communicate about Milo through a co-parenting app. The name of the app was listed, like a wall with a label. I walked outside and sat on a bench, still holding the packet. My fingers went numb. Then my phone lit up with my mother's name. I answered, ready to control the story. My mom did not even say hello. She asked what she was looking at. She asked why she had a video of me with Noah. Her voice sounded thin, like paper. I asked what video. She said it was a gym video. She said it showed the parking garage. She said it showed me lying. She said Ethan sent it to her and to my father. She asked if I was cheating. I told her it was out of context. I told her Ethan was obsessed and he was spying. I said Noah was a trainer and people were twisting it. My mum did not yell, but her silence was worse. Then my dad got on the line. My dad asked one question. He asked if the timestamps were real. He asked if it was really me. I said Ethan made it look worse. My dad said that was not an answer. He said he could see my face. He said he could hear my laugh. He asked why I made my mother defend me at dinner if I was hiding this. I felt my throat close. I said Ethan was punishing me. I said Ethan wanted to shame me. I said Ethan was cruel. My dad said Ethan did not sound cruel. He said Ethan sounded careful. He said the message Ethan sent was short. He said Ethan wrote that he was sorry they had to see it, but he wanted the truth to be clear because I had made him look like a villain. My mum started crying. She said she felt sick. She said she told everyone Ethan was wrong. She said she told Diane I was a good wife. She asked why I let her do that. I drove to my parents' house, not to apologize, but to fix it. I needed them on my side. I needed the old version of the room where my mum touched my hand and told me to be strong. When I walked in, my mum was sitting on the couch with her phone in her hand. The video was paused on the screen. My dad stood by the window with his arms crossed. He did not look at me right away. I started talking fast. I said Ethan set me up. I said Ethan was jealous. I said the gym was my safe place. I said I felt neglected. I said Noah was supportive when Ethan was cold. My mum asked why I lied then. She asked why I made everyone attack Ethan at dinner. I said Ethan forced me into it by being weird. My dad told me to stop. He said my excuses sounded like smoke. He said the papers in my hand were not smoke. He pointed at the packet and asked what it said. I told him it was temporary stuff, and Ethan was being dramatic. My dad asked why temporary started today. He asked why it said Milo would stay with Ethan on school nights until further notice. My phone buzzed again. It was a notification from the co-parenting app with a setup link. Under it, there was a short message from Ethan, the first message I got through any channel all day. He said Milo was safe and already settled. He said the schedule was in the app. He said he would not discuss anything else. I stared at the screen and felt the room tilt. Then my mother asked, in a small voice, where Milo was right now, and I realized I could not even answer without admitting Ethan had already moved first.